Welcome back, you broken sword loving bastards, to another episode of Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. Alright, well, we're here in
We're moving away from the monastery.
Serpents.
Yes, but with those goons in the way, we have to find a different approach.
We'll find a different approach, alright.
Maybe there's some other way around, via the cable car station?
Or at least someone in the can tell us what's going on. Someone's coming out. Quick! We need to hide. I think it's Langon.
Block everything off. Lock the whole place down, understand? The tabula's got to be up in the monastery, I'm sure of it. Come on. Yes, boss. Close all the routes up to the monastery, and then make the old man talk. Yes, boss. This time, don't be so gentle with him.
Did you hear that? They haven't found it yet, but Senor Marquez must be in a bad way.
Listen, I have to follow those bastardos. I might be able to slip through on my own.
Sure. We'll see if we can find another way up.
Do it up, hooker.
You think she'll be okay?
Eva can handle herself.
Something inside the cable car was glinting. I couldn't make out what it was. My God! Nico!
What is it?
This telescope! It's free!
It's amazing.
There were a couple of people stuck in the cable car. They looked kind of familiar. Then I realized it was my old friends Dwayne and Pearl Henderson.
Holy
Henderson
shit!
had an uncanny way of showing up wherever I went.
This control is fucking terrible.
Wait, what's that? That rock looks familiar. Nico, take a look at this and tell me what you see.
You're right. That rock looks like a head.
I've seen that shape before. Take a look at this. The face in the Ouroboros, it's exactly the same shape as that rock.
That can't be a coincidence.
And you know what? Langham's got the forged picture, the one without the face.
So the rock won't have meant anything to him.
Nico, I don't think the tabula's up at the monastery. I think it's down there somewhere, around that rock. There was a small chapel perched on the edge of the cliff. It looked ancient. They didn't know I'd seen them. I needed to give them a signal. The cable and wheel mechanism looked sturdy enough, but the thought of riding in that tiny cable car made my stomach flutter.
Alright, we've gathered some useful information here.
Pearl and Dwayne's cable car was hanging from that cable.
We can use some Morse code via
I signaled back
mirrors.
to Pearl. I couldn't make out if there was any response.
Never mind.
Pearl seemed to be writing something on the window.
Help.
It
I
said,
am hungry.
Help. Stuck. Door code 0797. The station door must have needed a code to open it. I wondered how Pearl came to know that. Come on, Nico. Pearl's giving me the code to the door.
What? Pearl? Who? How?
Trust me, Nico. I've got friends in low-hanging places.
Me too. Testicle 1 and 2.
Huh. There's no one here.
Looks like everything has been shut down.
Lunchbox, I'll take it.
A metal lunchbox. Someone sure wanted to keep their cheese safe.
Hey, is anybody there?
Whoa. Did you hear that?
We're stuck in here. Help!
Jesus, shut up.
How about that, Nico? A talking lunchbox. Huh. What will they think of next? I better take it with me. There was no lock, but the door wouldn't open.
Go away!
Hello?
George? There's someone in there.
Are you all right in there?
Just go away!
The cable cars were scheduled to run all day. Wait, please. We mean you no harm. Please, come out.
I'm staying right here until I know it's safe.
We got a console, we got a hatch.
The control panel looked complicated. It wasn't powered up. And the smell of burnt electrical components hung ominously in the air.
Yeah, well, you know. Fucking let's pull some shit.
cogs turned, but the rest of the mechanism didn't seem to be engaging.
We're gonna need to MacGyver some shit.
The console circuitry looked pretty complex.
Holy fuck.
And dangerous.
Let's take our paperclip and add it to our lunchbox.
The lock was too well made.
Wait, what?
The lock was too well made to be picked. The box was now wedged in the cogs, or rather, the giant can opener.
Exactly. We'll get this fucker open. Come on, George. Stop sulking around. Get to it, fuck nugget.
That's quite a mess you've made there, George.
Well, you know, that's what she said.
You know what they say about making omelets, Nico?
You can't make them without strawberry jam.
You gotta touch a few titties. Grab a few by the pussy.
Just as I thought, it's a two-way radio.
Can anyone hear me?
Dwayne, this is George. George Stobart.
Holy cow, George, just the fella I need. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Dwayne. And don't you worry, I'll have you out of there in a minute.
You reckon you can get the cable car running again?
No, the console isn't working properly. I've got no idea why not.
George, this is Pearl. Get Kat to help you. She knows everything about that place.
Cat? Is she the girl in the closet?
Has she locked herself in? Oh, dear. Let me talk to her, darling.
Getting all the contacts.
Cat? I found you a friendly voice.
How do you know my name?
Kat, dear, it's me, Pearl.
Pearl? How did you get here? That's not possible.
Listen, darling, it really is me. But I'm talking on the radio. George here is a very decent guy, and you should open the door.
I'm not going to fall for that. Prove it's you.
All right. Remember we discovered we both love musicals?
Yeah? And my favorite one is?
How does it go now? Help me out. I am the very model of a modern major general.
I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I know the kings of England and I quote the
What the
fights
fuck?
historical.
From Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very good in integral and differential calculus.
I know the scientific names of beings and of calculus.
In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I am the very model of a modern major general.
All right, only Pearl would know that, and I trust her. Who are you?
I'm George, and this is Nico. How did you end up in a closet?
There were some guys with guns. They took over the whole station. I hid in here.
We're trying to avoid them too.
I was quite surprised, you know. They never mentioned guns at the job interview.
Really? We need to use the cable car. Can you operate it?
Yeah, if the console was working, but they sabotaged it.
And there's no way to get it started?
There might be. Let me see. See that burned out fuse down there?
In the back by the prongs?
Yeah. The idiots stuck a spanner in there and blew the fuse. They wanted to make sure no one could use the
This
cable
girl
cars.
definitely can suck a mean
Connect
dick.
those two prongs somehow, and the console should restart.
How on earth are we going to reach that?
I don't know. But don't stick your arm in there. You'll get fried.
Let's save before we get fried.
Well, I'd done stranger things in my life. The paperclip was now all sticky. Time for Trevor. I put his matchbox down. I stuck the paperclip onto Trevor's back. He was now fully equipped. Go, Trevor,
Get it,
go!
Trevor. The smartest. Oh, shit.
Poor Trevor looked like he needed therapy, but the console was working.
Good job, Trevor. You're an amazing cockroach.
The console, it's working.
Cool. I can send you down there if you want. Let me just bring the cable car up here.
Pearl and Dwayne are going to be mighty relieved.
Oh, they must have been going down in the other cable car.
Come on, Nico. There's no time to lose. As we got closer to the face in the rock, I knew for sure that we were on the right track. It was definitely the same as the face in the painting, but with one difference. The symbol of the tabula was missing from the rock formation. Well, here we are.
But no way to reach the face. Let's have a look around. There must be a way up. George, the chapel looks like it's been built right into the rock.
You're right. We should take a look inside.
We definitely should, bitch. Let's go. Let's
I wonder, how
fuck
old
up
do you think
against the
chapel
chapel
is?
wall.
I'm guessing the exterior's a couple of 100 years old, but the inside? Who knows? Some parts could be much older.
Like my hairy, wrinkly testicles. You gotta be fucking dick fucking me, you fucking asshole motherfucker.
You think somehow this chapel might be connected to the face in the rock?
At a guess, I would say so.
What the fuck is that?
Hey, look, it's
A
Pearl and
retarded
Dwayne.
ghost?
Come on, honey bun. Things ain't that bad.
How's this
You
douche?
just don't understand. Today's been a disaster.
But
That is like worse than the game hoarder female voice right
We
there.
got stuck in the cable
Who the fuck did you
car,
hire for that?
And now this place is a building site.
oh, sweetie pie.
This was supposed to be the spiritual highlight of our trip, Dwayne. But the only spirit I see
Oh my god, Dwayne, run.
is that rotten
Run, Dwayne,
turpentine
run.
over there.
Oh, heck.
Clearly, the Hendersons weren't having a great vacation. Wood shavings.
Let's check out these wood
This was one building
shavings.
site that needed Mr. Tidy. They smelt exotic.
Kind of like Nico's wood shavings. Wait, what?
My mother always said cleanliness is next to godliness.
I mean, cleanliness is a good fucking thing. Don't get me wrong. So we got some wood shavings. Let's wood shaving some flowers. Making a little
Potpourri,
bouquet here.
Handmade. Grandma's favorite.
Potpourri. I'm gonna need some eau de toilette for that.
I sprayed Brett onto my experimental potpourri. One sniff would kill a man for sure.
That's gonna get you an achievement of supercharged potpourri Easter egg.
Great to see you again, Mr. Henderson.
Great to see you too, George. Great work back there with the cable car.
Is Pearl okay?
This does not
I
sound
wish.
like it.
I'm afraid we're having one of those days where everything goes wrong.
Tell me about it. Is there anything we can do for Pearl?
I sure as hell hope so, George. She's been planning and researching this trip for years. Our little pilgrimage. And Santa Cova Chapel here was the cherry on the cake. Not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. Chapel built in, yada, yada, yada.
You'll notice a lot of the puzzles in this particular Broken Sword
She's
are
Santa
dialogue
Cova's
involved.
very own walking encyclopedia.
It's how you move the story forward a lot of the times.
Encyclopedia, I should say.
Makes it a lot easier.
What have you been up to since we last met in Claramonte?
Well, there was that little sideshow in Rome, but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do? I do.
Why?
Top secret.
Need to know, Nico. Dwayne is, snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least 2 pay grades up from a sleeper. So I hear. Anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss,
Nicole Collar. Call me Nico.
Well, how's about that? So this is the beautiful Nico. No wonder you've been hiding her away from me, Georgie boy.
Gosh, no,
It's lovely to finally meet you too, Mr. Henderson. George has told me so much about you.
Oh, call me Dwayne, my dear. And let me assure you of one thing. Everything you've heard is quite possibly true.
Dwayne was loud, large, and short-sighted. But boy, was he a charmer.
This guy's a complete fucking dipshit, really.
So, what brings you to Santa Cova?
Pearl's idea from the get-go. Ever since the unfortunate car accident back home, she's been scouring those pilgrimage brochures. Gotta be full of wonder and life-changing imagery. Got to have penance potential. Got to offer a real spiritual experience.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual once it's finished.
If the chapel is not what she expected, how about the monastery?
Hot dog, no. That place is for tourists, not pilgrims.
You said she expected a spiritual experience?
No, that's what the brochure promised. Pilgrimages, little monk fellas, singing, shaft of light, the whole shebang.
Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
Yeah, that's what the lady wanted. Oh, excuse me, Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Pearl could be a mine of information about the chapel, if we could just cheer her up.
Let's see.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
Hey, that tune you were whistling earlier, it sounded familiar.
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. In our courting days, me and Pearl used to hang out with the Campanology Society. It was Pearl's favorite.
Did you see the Black Madonna?
Oh, you betcha. She's the little lady we came to see, though Pearl's in too much of a state to even look at her.
Pearl needs to get off her shit.
How's Pearl doing?
She's pretty upset, George.
Well, maybe she just needs a hug.
Is that the best you got? The last time she was in a mood like this, I tried the old hug routine.
Didn't go
Gotta
well.
give her a little pickle tickle, brother.
I still have the scars.
The old game hoarder
not just
ghetto
the mental
pickle
ones.
tickle.
What can you tell me about
Or
Santa
give her a
Cove?
fucking cookie.
Well, Pearl's the expert, not me. She knows everything there is to know about this chapel.
She looks like a grand finale firecracker.
He wouldn't want to see it.
Let's give her the...
I was sure he didn't want to see it.
Oh, come on. Let's get out of here.
Oh, excuse me, Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Alright, I guess kind of hammer. Hammer time. Some turpentine.
The scaffolding was a little loose. Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise. I poured the turpentine into the paint can.
Let's make some music, baby.
The hammer produced a promising sound. F sharp.
What are you up to?
Look, I made a Churchenspiel. G. F sharp. G. G. That wasn't it. Well, that was fun.
Kind of hit different parts of the drum. Shit.
The hammer produced a prompt F sharp. G. Well, that was fun.
Oh my god, give me my fucking drum.
The hammer produced F sharp. G. B, if I wasn't mistaken. A. G. I had it. It was the tune Dwayne was humming.
George, that's Ave Maria. Let me have a go.
Oh shit, she's a natural. What the fuck? Nico, we got a bang.
Wow. You really nailed that, Nico.
Yep, this mop really is pretty special. Leave this to me.
An old candelabra hung from the ceiling. I lit the candles on the candelabra. I rested the side mirror precariously on the candelabra. I secured the mirror in place with some yarn. I put the supercharged potpourri in the mug.
Let's get shit ready.
I lit the scented shavings. A sweet aroma started to fill the room. Now that was something. The light from the candelabra spilled over the Black Madonna like waves of spiritual goodness in candle form.
It looks good, baby.
Pumpkin? Oh my!
What?
The sound of angels, the lights of heaven, the smell of piety, and
Yes?
the Madonna, I do believe. Tears. She's crying, Dwayne! The Madonna's crying. Little Timmy. Wrong side of the road. Not my fault. Broken leg. Compensation claim. Forgive me, poor Timmy.
Oh, Pearl, my precious. You're such a sensitive soul.
Well, now that's done. I feel my soul's floating on air. We can get on with our pilgrimage, Dwayne.
Just another 1,000 clicks to go.
Pearl was back to her usual cheery self.
Shit, that's a good time to save, motherfucker. right.
Mrs. Henderson,
George, dear boy.
how you feeling?
Oh, just fine, thank you. I have just seen a miracle, George. It's all gonna be all right from now.
I'm sure it is, Mrs. Henderson. I'm sure it is. What can you tell me about the statue?
I read that the Black Madonna has been here since the 9th century. She's called the Virgin of Montserrat. Some say the original was moved to the cathedral. But Dwayne and I know that's just a bluff, don't we, honey?
We sure do. This one is the real McCoy.
So, Pearl, what have you been up to since we last met?
Well, George, I've been on a journey.
Oh, really? Well, what kind of journey?
A spiritual one.
Nice fanny pack.
Journey along
Jesus
the
Christ.
road to enlightenment.
Wow. And is that
Fucking
what brought you here?
Douse it with flour
It
and look
is.
for the wet spot.
Though Santa Cova is but one step on that road.
What's so special about Santa Cova?
It's an ancient and very holy place. I've spent the last year researching it, and I can truly say there is nothing I do not know about it.
I don't suppose you'd know anything about that rock out there?
No, only that for 1,000 years, people have claimed to see a face in its shapes.
She look like a fat green bean.
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Well, dear, they call it the Chapel of the Holy Grotto. It was built directly into the mountain itself in 1696. It survived the Napoleonic Wars, mudslides, Civil War. But the chapel is still standing today. It's a miracle.
Or a restoration.
What was that, dear?
Yes, a miracle.
Check out my
Hey,
cockroach.
have a look at this.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey.
His name is Trevor.
You gave that a name?
He's a loyal and useful companion.
So is Dwayne, but I don't keep him in a box, George.
Oh shit.
Well, there was that one time, honey.
Not now, Dwayne.
What do you make of this?
It looks like an Ouroboros.
Oh, you recognize it? Let me show you something else. Can you tell me anything about this painting?
Oh, nothing, dear. Apart from the obvious Gnostic connotations, of course.
What?
You know, the Dominicans. All those Gnostic saints. Doubting Thomas, Judas. And you see the woman in the red cloak? The infamous Mary
damn hugger.
Magdalene herself.
A lady in red.
That's enough now, Dwayne. You know my feelings about her.
Pearl knew her Gnostic onions, all right.
Lady in
Then there's
red.
the Ouroboros, of course.
Something special about it?
Well, if I remember rightly, there was an Ouroboros right here in this chapel. Back in the 30s and 40s, the chapel was renovated. The workmen uncovered numerous symbols carved in the rock. Amongst them was a fine Ouroboros.
But that's amazing. So, where is it?
Oh, it's not there now.
Oh,
It was considered blasphemous, so they plastered over it. Sweetheart, I think it's time for us to go. The road to enlightenment waits for no woman.
'Tis the pilgrim's lot, George.
It was so nice to see you again. And meet your girlfriend.
We're not
Take this radio, Nico. Never know when you might need it. Keep an eye on our boy George here.
Poor little lost lamb.
I'm not...
Don't worry, this little lamb's in safe hands. Bon voyage.
Bye-bye, dears.
Bye-bye, dear.
See ya!
God damn, they yap a lot.
Nico, don't even start.
Little lamb?
Let's focus on the task in hand, shall we? Okay. This Ouroboros that Pearl mentioned...
You're right. We need to find it.
I hoped this was the right thing to do.
Oh, shit. There's your
Hey, Nico,
Ouroboros.
I found the Ouroboros.
So what now?
Pearl was right. The plaster had covered an Ouroboros.
Put a little candle right there in the recess. Let the little black Madonna be all nice and warm. Why not, bitch? Keep that bitch nice and warm. Oh, we gotta light that shit up, though. We gonna set this black Madonna
What was that noise?
on fire!
I knew it. Another secret passageway.
Amazing, Charles. How did you do it?
Just another case of the old Stobart magic, I guess, Nico. It looks a little dark in there.
Are you scared, Charles?
Of course not. Just worried about you tripping. That's all.
One short and very dark climb later.
Whoa, this is one dark cave.
It's the door that worries me, George.
Well, I'm sure the door will open again if we give it a minute. No need to panic.
About a minute later. Yeah.
Now we panic. Help! I gotta say, Nico, you're pretty calm about this.
Traveling with you, George, I've got used to this kind of thing. If I panicked every time a door shut behind us, probably forever, well...
You're right. What was I thinking? You see if you can get the door open, and I'll go check out the dark, evil-smelling cave. Fumbling around in the dark wasn't going to be fun. But heck, I'd spent a lifetime doing it, so what was new?
I'm gonna go ahead and save. If you do this in the correct order, you can get an achievement. So let's get our mason hammer out. And you do not want to use it on the bottomless pit. So... It's all this shit. Figment of the
I
imagination.
threatened the imaginary thing with the hammer. I felt better instantly.
Okay.
There was one response I could rely on for things that go bump in the night. A hammer. I felt better instantly.
The bottomless pit we just examined.
For a moment, I imagined falling forever in the dark. But it was just my imagination running wild. The floor was solid. I had defeated the imaginary hazards before me using only the power of my mind. Langham had better watch out.
And you will get the, I call it, the Dreamatorium achievement for doing so.
It was stone with a recess in it and, an oily liquid in it. There was some kind of thin twine in the middle of it, too.
That sounds like a flammable... Oh, I'm down to a match.
Hey,
do it.
Nico, I think I found some light.
Blinded by the light. Oh, shit. Hello.
It must be Ganon. Ramon said he disappeared while searching the mountains for the tabula.
So this is where he ended up, dead in a cave. And on closer inspection, I'd even say blown your own brains out dead.
Okay, George, I get the point. What is this place?
Who knows? But look at the Gnostic symbols.
You're right. The colors, the trees. But who is she?
Well, it looks like the Virgin Mary, but I don't think it is.
What do you mean?
The red robes and that whole off-the-shoulder look? It must be Mary Magdalene, of course. Marquez told me that the Gnostics revered her. This place, it's some kind of Gnostic shrine.
There's got to be something to release that door. Maybe amongst these carvings.
But if it was that obvious, don't you think Ganon would have found it? Ganon had certainly been busy before he blew his brains out. I wonder what he'd been up to. It had to be Ganon, in which there was a bullet hole in the side of his head. Just like us, he'd been trapped. He'd chosen suicide. The photograph was of an ancient clay tablet. Ganon had written on it. Someone, presumably Ganon, had taken the time to translate the inscription. At a glance, the inscription seemed to relate to the exploits of someone called the Sun King. Nico,
What?
is this what I think it is? It must be the Tabula Veritatis.
So Ganon did find it.
It's so small, so innocent looking. Why would Simeon call it evil? Why so
It's
many
evil as
deaths for this?
fuck.
And why
So
go to such
evil.
lengths to keep it hidden?
Unless
So
it is
motherfucking
as
evil,
genuinely
bitches.
dangerous
Don't
as
even
Simeon
touch it.
claimed.
The
See how
question now
red it
is,
is. It'll
what
kill
do we
you.
do?
Don't fuck with it. It's evil as fuck. That'll give you the True to the Grave achievement. What else we got?
I prized the map out from under the arm of the
Take the
corpse.
fucking map, bitch. Taking all this shit.
It looked like Ganon had scrawled some kind of last
My
testament. onto
friends,
it.
I know that you'll
My
eventually
friends,
find me,
I
but
know that you
by
will
then it'll be
eventually
too
find
late.
me, but by
I've
then it'll
decoded
be
the
too late.
tabula, and I know
I
our
have
destiny
decoded
lies
the
in
tabula,
paradise.
and I know our destiny lies
Hey,
in
asshole, I
paradise.
was reading too. Fuck
The key
you.
to the power of God is in our hands.
You
I
fucking
die secure in the
interrupter,
knowledge that you will now be able
motherfucker.
to complete my work. Tell my family that I
interrupter.
died doing
I
my
like
duty.
that word.
that I surrender my life gladly to the cause.
Embracing it.
In the light of the day, these words will fade, like our souls. But rest assured that when they do, their echoes will guide us to where we will meet once again. I'm not sure, but it looks like crafty old Ganon left a secret message in his testament.
All right. Got that goddamn letter.
I picked up the old gun.
Goddamn
It was
right.
too corroded and rusty to ever be fired again.
Meh. I don't give a fuck.
It was a fedora, just like the one in Ganon's trunk back at the
Meh.
Castell. The years hadn't been kind to it.
His chipped ass teeth.
It was an old water canteen. The contents had long since been drunk. The circle of iron was set into an ornate frame that covered the oil lamp.
Again, his map.
When I held the map up to the flame, something started to change. The writing on the map started to react to the heat. Well, I'll be darned.
What is it?
At a guess, the locations on the map might match up with the ones he's marked on this photograph.
Holy shit.
I wondered if Ganon's notes on the photograph might help me decode the tabula.
The glyphs on Tabula Veratus are displayed across the top of the screen. Select a glyph and choose what you believe to be the correct translation from the words on the right-hand side. There are 36 words to choose from in 3 sets of 12. A button allows you to cycle between each set. Ganon managed to translate the glyphs on the clay tablet, which are in the same language as those on the Tabula Veratus. The translations are shown on the bottom of the screen. You have all you need to translate the glyphs carved into the Tabula Veritatis. Tatitatis. Right. Wait, shitballs. Are you serious? One. Sun King. Wow. Begin. Every story must begin with a beginning. No, we want that to be Sun City.
If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol... Ganon had marked this symbol in red with the letter A.
Don't fuck up. Whoa. Motherfuck. Alright, let's see.
That was the first row of symbols cracked. It was all starting to make sense.
Yeah, begin, travel, day, river, Sun City 5 East, motherfucker. It's pretty obvious. Travel south. Six days.
So, these are directions. Begin at Sun City, travel 5 days east to a river, travel south 6 days through a desert to the source of 4 rivers. Hey, Nico, I've cracked it!
Fantastic.
Good job,
The
George.
Tabula Veritatis. It's a set of
You're a
directions.
fucking genius. Now suck my cock.
Take a look at this map. The inscription says to start here at Sun City. Gainan hid the location in his map. It then says to travel 5 days east to a river, then turn south and travel 6 days through a desert to the source of 4 rivers.
And what is that?
I'm not sure, but it must be important, right?
Right. Important enough for the Gnostics. And guess what? I think I may have found a way out.
You have?
Look, while you were busy playing Ancient Scholar, I found this.
What did it do?
I'm not sure.
It didn't open the door.
Perhaps we're missing something.
Must be. If Gainan died looking for a way out, there has to be more to it than just a hidden button.
Then let's keep looking.
The ornate lamp warranted a closer look. The medallion fitted snugly into the socket. Whoa. Would you take a look at that?
The light from the medallion is illuminating this blue figure.
This could be our ticket out of here.
If you're right, that explains why Gainan never got out of here. He didn't have the medallion.
There were ancient scratches on the plinth, as if someone had moved the statue. I'm sure that this is Mary Magdalene.
The
Better rotate
red
that bitch.
robes. It all makes sense. The Madonna would be wearing blue. So, who's the child?
Well, according to the Gnostic Gospels, when Mary kissed the lips of Jesus, she,
Oh, I see.
Yep.
So the Gnostics think that the suckling child is...
I guess so. I gave the statue a push, and it turned anti-clockwise. I gave the statue another shove.
Alright, we can turn the statue kind of different directions.
That sounded like something important happened.
Or did it? Alright, folks, that wraps it up for this episode. Stay tuned for more Broken Sword 5.